Shalom. This week's Sedra Bamidbar. Judaism is a religion of the abstract. While it's true that there are many mitzvot that require use of physical objects and actions, like wearing tefillin and lighting Shabbat candles and reciting Kiddush over a cup of wine, the priority of the Torah is to know and form a relationship with God. This makes all flags an oddity in Judaism. In this week's Torah portion, we learn about the flags assigned to each tribe. God spoke to Moshe and Aaron, saying, "The Israelites shall camp each man with his flag under the banners of their ancestral house. They shall camp around the tent of meeting at a distance." The early scholars had three different perspectives on the flags. Each perspective helps us understand the flags and a lesson that expresses itself even further. In his commentary to the flags, Rashi wrote, "Each banner shall have a different sign, a piece of colored cloth hanging on it, the color of one tribe not being the same as the color of another tribe. But the color of each tribe shall be like that of his stone that is fixed in the breastplate of the Kohen Gadol." Through the banners, everybody will be able to recognize his specific banner. Rabbi Avraham ibn Ezra explained his perspective on the flags, and he said that there were signs at each of the four main flags. Chazal said that on Reuven's flag there was a figure of a man decorated with dudaim, the flowers Reuven had given to his mother. And on Judah's flag there was the form of a lion, to which Jacob had compared him. And on Ephraim's flag was the figure of an ox, based upon the expression that Moshe used in speaking of that tribe, the firstborn of his ox. And on Dan's flag was the figure of an eagle. The Chizkuni had a completely different perspective on the tribe's flags. According to Chizkuni, the flags had the names of the forefathers of the house inscribed upon them. How did this work? There were four flags for each group of four tribes. On the flag of Reuven, there was the inscription Aleph Yud Yud, the respective first letters of the names of the Avos, Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. On the second flag, there were inscribed the letters Bet, Tzadik, Ayin, the second letters, and the names of each of the three Avot. The third flag would have the letters Resh, Chet, Kuf, representing the third letter, the respective names of Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, and the fourth flag, the letters Mem, Kuf, Bet, representing the last letters in each of their names. There are three different perspectives on the tribe's flags. Rashi, who understood each flag had the color that matched the tribe's stone on the Kohen Gadol's breastplate. According to Rashi, the flags were held high above the people to draw a connection between each tribe's camp and the service being conducted on behalf of the people by the Kohen Gadol, who would wear the tribe's color on his chest. The Ibn Ezra, who understood the flags to showcase symbols of the tribes from biblical episodes, perceived the connection between the flags and the tribes as connecting the tribes to their biblical history. The Chizkuni maintained the flags connected the tribes to the forefathers. The connection between the Jews, the service in the temple, biblical episodes, and the forefathers are three different categories of meaningful connections. The debate between the scholars is which connection makes the most sense to be displayed through the flags. The flags represented symbols to guide the Jewish people. The service in the temple represents a direct connection between the Jew and God. Connection to biblical episodes represents the people's connection to their unique place in Jewish history. The connection to the forefathers represents the values each tribe must follow. Flags are used as markers for the tribes to follow as a North Star to guide them in their quest for refinement. What an important and counterintuitive lesson that we learn this Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.